we're back. Sarcasm Speaks. I'm Jared. We got Bob, and we got a special guest today. We got Mike. Mike's on the show with us here. So how long have you actually been listening to us for?
Probably since before COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably you and Nick. Shout out to Nick, friend of the show. I was just with him, just left his house. Are probably the super fans, the Sarcasm Speaks super.
Sexy Chris too.
Yeah, sexy Chris. Well, I was also thinking. Well, actually, no, never mind. I was about to say something absolutely idiotic. I was about to say as far as people that haven't been on the show, because I thought sexy Chris and Jones have been on the show, but Nick has also been on the show too. So I was about to make an asinine statement, but yeah. So we got a group of super fans here. It's nice. We got groupies.
I mean, it certainly helps. I've known you for a long time.
Yeah. We go way back to Milton Academy.
Yeah.
But circa 2012.
Jesus Christ.
It was 10 years ago. Almost 10 years ago.
Last time I saw you was 2015, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it probably sounds about right.
Summer after my freshman year of college.
Yep.
Working for Sterling.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah. Dude, so I've got breaking news.
All right, let's hear it.
So remember my guy Connor Murphy, the guy who was going to win the U.S. Open, drinks his piss,
drinks his own piss.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, and semen and everything.
Oh God! You guys almost puke at the gym listening to you guys talk about that.
He was the guy who streaked the 13th hole. So there was a guy. This happened. So when Bryson was on 13,
wow,
there was a guy who ran out Rainbow Cape with a golf club, had a couple balls, sprinted onto the fairway, threw them down, and then he hit him into a different fairway. He didn't hit at the pin.
Yeah.
And I looked at it, I go, fuck, that guy has a good swing. Like he really has a good swing. And I just had confirmation on Twitter that Connor Murphy was there, was wearing a fucking all types of rainbow shit, and he has a golf club over his shoulder.
Wow.
So Connor Murphy, the man who was going to win the U.S. Open, he didn't streak. He wasn't naked, but he ran onto the 13th fairway in front of Bryson. Hit a couple balls, did a couple dances, and almost got hit by a golf cart. And then the guy who was driving the golf cart tapped him.
Wow. That is incredible.
Hell of a drug.
Yeah, right?
He does like his psychedelics.
That is true.
But he's supposed to microdose him so that he doesn't trip. Like that's supposed to be the food.
Maybe he over microdosed. He regular dosed.
Yeah, he wasn't just microdosing. He was trying to have a day.
Yeah.
Maybe so this is the thing. Like this is where like he's probably smarter than we all think. Because when he was like, "Oh, it's so obvious, I'm going to win the U.S. Open," he was probably planning this that whole time.
Oh, I mean, he had to have. That's like knowing this. Yeah, knowing how this all went down, now it makes total sense.
Yeah, he's smarter than we all think.
Yeah,
dude, he used to be like a legit bodybuilder, like bodybuilder fitness model. Like, so he wasn't, roided out. I forget what the males call it. Is it male figure? No, that's what the fuck. So obviously it's tested.
Yeah,
but it's not technically bodybuilding. It's something else.
Physique.
Men's physique.
Yeah.
He was like a legit men's physique guy, and then he found fucking psychedelics. And now he's just fucking off his ass. They look back awesome. And people were like, where's the old Connor? Where's the old Connor? Because he at one point got into like this crazy like meditation shit where it looked like, him and some girl were about to fuck, except they were doing some goofy shit beforehand on camera. And then he started golfing, and people were like, "Oh, I dealt with the crazy meditation shit, but this golf shit's too much." It's like because he was a legit like men's physique competitor.
Wow.
And then found shrooms. or ayahuasca or whatever it was.
Yeah, bootleg ayahuasca.
Yeah, but he's part Native American, so it's not illegal.
Yeah, him and Elizabeth Warren.
And yeah, so he I fucking knew it. Someone said, the guy who runs the Monday Q Twitter said, "Hey, that's Connor Murphy." And then the guys from the podcast were like, "Oh, maybe." Except the guy from Monday Q obviously was saying, "No, that's him."
Yeah.
And someone found his Instagram, Connor Murphy's, or a post on Connor Murphy's Instagram where he's there, and that was fucking
him. That's awesome. So yeah, obviously we're balls deep in the U.S. Open now. So I finally was able to get a stream on it. It's so ridiculous. I can only watch the John Rahm Matt Wolf group, but it's fine because I think John Rahm just took the lead here. So we got this going.
Wait, where are you? Do you have him on 18?
Yeah.
I got him in the fairway. Where do you have him?
Yeah, he's in the fairway.
Okay, so if he birdies here, he'll take the lead.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were talking a little bit right before we hit record here so obviously Mike, you're in law school, so you could be potentially the future lawyer for Sarcasm Speaks when we hit it big.
Oh yeah. Another year, one more year law school, and then if I pass the bar. Big if there.
What year of law school do they teach you can't take blood from a stone? Because I'm pretty sure that holds up in a court of law.
Wait, you can't take blood from a stone?
Basically, so if we ever needed legal representation, we'd be like, you can't. There's nothing to take. We don't have any.
Yeah, we don't have anything. Yeah. So what's that been like? Like, what has it been like being? So I know, obviously, like, kind of teaching a little bit here and there, like virtually, whatever. And it's not that it's different. My situation is different. What's it been like being like full on like law school, like virtual?
See, I thought it was going to be it's definitely not good. It's definitely not. You don't focus nearly as much because it's like, oh look, my phone. Oh look, I can turn my camera off.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get up, whatever. Take a nap during class if I'm bored. I totally didn't do any of that stuff. I was totally focused all the time.
Yeah, I bet. So that actually just made me think of something. So the narrative, like the running narrative through this whole thing has been like, oh, the poor kids, there's going to be gaps in the learning. There's going to be, these kids that are, in 5th and 6th grade, they're going to be you're going to be behind forever because of all the gaps. But listening to you talk for just now, fuck the kids, man. Like don't actually do that, because then I would probably want to kill you. I would definitely want to kill you. But like,
fall away.
Like forget about the problems with the kids learning gaps. Like, our next generation of like lawyers and doctors are fucked. Like, we just like, bro, I don't care that a 6th grader didn't learn how to do like Common Core math this year. Like, there's a whole generation of lawyers and doctors that just spent a year of law and med school virtual.
Dude, it's the same thing. Same education.
Yeah. Like, holy shit. Like, that is what's more important to me. Holy shit. That's interesting.
Or even more importantly, like the people who are going for like their PhDs in like English literature. Even more important.
Yeah, those are the real backbone,
the real heroes,
the backbone of the country. Your PhD in English literature or women's studies. Yeah, talk about useless fucking degrees.
The future college professors of America.
Yeah. I always thought it was funny or like interesting because obviously like PhD means doctorate of philosophy. But like, if you got a PhD in philosophy, like, is that just like redundant? Like, do you actually like learn any, like, what does a PhD in philosophy consist of?
I don't think I ever took a philosophy class in college, so I honestly have no idea.
Oh, you're lucky.
So we took Intro to Logic, which we talked about last time, I think.
Yeah.
which is coming up tomorrow. So
Yeah.
we took intro to logic, but that's not like philosophy. Like they read. So fucking Jimbo was my college roommate was a philosophy major for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah.
And they would just read what other philosophers wrote and then like break it down. Like that's what they did.
Yeah.
So it was like almost like kind of like English, but not English, and kind of like history, but not history either. And it's like probably had a little bit of like political science. So basically it's like if you take political science, English, and history and tried to like half-ass all three of them, I think that's what philosophy is. It's a half-assed attempt at three real subjects.
And there's no actual like facts. It's just more like, oh, what do I think about this? Or what were you thinking about this kind of stuff? It's just,
yeah.
And it's like if you come up with an outlandish claim, then someone can be like, oh, well, that's a straw man or something. I don't even know if that's a fallacy.
Yeah, that's an ad hoc fallacy. It's like, what the fuck?
Like,
do you have to deal with any of that shit in law school? Like, do you have to know like fallacies and stuff? Does it matter?
I'll probably have to deal with that this coming up semester for like trial advocacy.
Yeah.
But like we haven't had to deal with too much like logic.
What kind of law are you trying to study?
So right now I'm leaning more towards like prosecution.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to be.
I was going to say, you don't strike me as a defense attorney.
So it's actually pretty cool. So all of next year, I got accepted in the Suffolk's prosecutors program.
Dude, Suffolk is so sick.
So I'm going to be a student district attorney. So I'll be
wow.
At whatever courthouse they station me at.
Wow.
And I'll be prosecuting victimless cases.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
With your year and a half of gap knowledge from law school that you didn't actually go into and didn't learn anything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all that bullshit, I would imagine it's all the same no matter what field you go into, that it's your actual experience that matters.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever you learn in school is just bullshit anyway.
Like I have a few lawyers in my family, which is probably why I ended up going to law school. And they all say, yeah, you don't learn anything in law school.
Yeah.
You don't learn anything about like, oh, here's how you file a motion. This is how you actually practice. It's just sort of, okay, here's how you think about this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you don't learn anything in any school really ever.
No. That's actually beneficial to life. You don't.
No.
I mean, what's the closest? Probably English, because you learn how to write, you learn how to speak, you learn how to whatever. But if you want to be like an author, writing a 20-page paper in English class isn't the fucking same. It's not even close.
No.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point. So to bring that up, like writing like a 20-page paper in your high school English class, when in your life are you ever going to have to write 20 pages of anything that's not in college? You know what I mean? Because this is what they say. Because when you're in high school and you have to write like a 10-page paper, you're like, oh man, or you start out like freshman year, you have to write like a 5-page paper and you're 14 years old and you're like, this fucking sucks, man. And they're like, well, we have to prepare you for senior year because you're going to be writing more. So then by the time you get to senior year, you're writing whatever, 10, 20 pages. And then you're like, dude, this really fucking blows. And your teachers are like, well, we have to prepare you for college because in college, you're going to write way more. And then you get to college and you have to write like a 40-page fucking plus thesis. And then once you're done with that, like, that's it. Like no one is ever like, well, you have to be able to write 40 pages in order to continue. Like, what? Why did we just waste all this time writing? Not because, even in a 40+ page dissertation, there's going to be at least 10 pages of bullshit. Like if I can't say what I need to say in like 3 pages, like, I don't know, man, like we probably shouldn't really be having like this conversation then. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I remember my senior thesis in college. It ended up being 72 pages, I think it was.
Yeah.
12 of them were pictures.
Yeah.
And then at least 5 of those non-pictured pages were the citations.
Yeah. Was it color or black and white?
Color.
I like that. It went the extra mile.
Oh, yeah.
John Rahm just hit a bomb to take the lead, by the way.
Yeah, I saw. He
bad fucking play.
He put it in did he put it in the bunker?
Yeah, he put it in the right bunker, hit it to like I don't know what's that, 18, 20 feet, and then just fucking buried it for birdie.
Yeah.
What's the longest paper you actually had to write, Mel? Because I know exactly how long mine was, and it was in high school. The longest paper I ever wrote was in high school.
I don't know. I was probably in college. It was probably in my research class. I think it was somewhere around 40 pages. It might have been like 42, somewhere between 42 and 45 pages.
You literally wrote 40 pages?
Yeah.
Did you do a thesis or did you take comps?
I did comps because I did the research class and I was like, dude, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
Dude, you got fucking boned on that one.
Yeah. Well, the professor I had actually did it like intelligently. Like she didn't just like drop like, oh, you owe me a 40-page paper. It was like, you have to have this part of it done by October 1st, when that was like 7 pages. And then it's like, you have to have this part done by Thanksgiving break, which was like 15 pages. And then you have to have this part done by finals. And then after finals at like the end of the semester, it ended up being like 40. So it's not like I sat down and wrote, like I wrote 40 pages over the course of 16 weeks.
I've wrote, the most I've ever written was 10, and it was in high school. It was like one of those, like, I don't know how the fuck you went. So here's the thing. I know what, so did you have Pam for research? I don't remember her last name.
No, I had Shihai.
Okay. So I had Pam and she did not make us write 40 pages, but she did it the same way. Like, hey, intro, I need the intro. And it's, I don't know, page and a half, 3 pages, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, give me this, give me that, whatever. The most I ever wrote was in high school. And that's the thing is, like, they were sitting there like, oh, you're going to have to write this much in college. You're going to have to write this much in college. You're going to have to write this much in college. Dude, we went to Medford High. That's just a regular fucking school. Half those kids, not half, that's way, a quarter of the kids didn't go to college. Which means another quarter probably went to some type of major where they didn't have to write a lot.
Yep.
Maybe half of a high school class probably wrote something long. Because I mean, like, some of our kids actually amounted to something.
A very small amount.
Yeah, no, the longest I've ever written was 10. I can't tell you what it was. I think I did, and I think I matched. You know what? I probably matched it in college. I think Matesi wanted us to write a 10-pager for something on sports or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never written more than 10. I actually remember that. Also, I one time wrote an 8-page paper in 40 minutes. That's my claim to fame.
Holy shit. No PEDs either.
No, that was all natty.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I think I wrote, I think I did, I think I went through my comps on Adderall. So I think I remember going in being like, fuck, dude, it's like for anyone that doesn't know, it's a comprehensive exam. So when we had the option of taking comps, actually doing a research project, loser, or
I'll take you to fucking school after this,
or like writing something or whatever. I don't know.
It was a thesis. It was a thesis, a research project, or comps.
Yeah. So I did comps, and it was like a 4 or 5 hour long written exam, but not a written exam. It was it was 3 essays essentially. And it had like 4 hours to 4 or 5 hours to do it. I don't know, but I remember going in being like, and you knew, so comps was a joke because you knew the questions going in. I don't know if you were supposed to know them, but but most of the people knew what the questions were going to be. So you could prepare and you could kind of like organize your thoughts a little bit heading in. And then you just go. And that's what I did. Like I went in and I just fucking like word vomited everything onto a piece of paper and then typed it all out in a computer and fucking went, and it was done and it was over. I think I did it somewhere between 4 and 5. I think they give you 6. I think they give you 6 hours. Yeah. I think they give you 2 hours per question. And I did it in like 4.5 roughly. Added up.
All right, so I'm going to tell you why you're stupid for going through all of that. Now, I also know that you changed concentrations, so you may not have actually had this opportunity.
No, that's why I did comps.
With the strength and conditioning concentration, there was, now I missed a step here, but if you started in research methods, you would have done the first half of a research project. So in research methods, you could have gone through, found all the literature, wrote your introduction, wrote your abstract, wrote your methods. And then that's half of the research paper already done. Then you could have went into research and biomechanics, which is another class I took, which was doing a research project where you go through the first half of a research project, which you would have already done. So I missed step 1 because I didn't realize what I was doing. So I went right into the biomechanics and research. So I thought, I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, well, what is the worst way that I could do this? And one would be doing an 8-week something program. Nope. All video. All I did was analyze video. So I found some videos. I made my hypothesis or whatever. And then
was it a hypotenuse?
And then a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And then all I had to do was say what I was going to do if I was to do the project. Okay. Then there was another 3-credit class. So this is separate, which was just called research.
Yeah.
Which means for 3 credits, I just continued that project that I already started.
Yeah.
Which means all I had to do was actually do the research, which again was just analyzing video. And all you have to do is draw a conclusion, which I knew this was going to happen. Further research was going to be needed. That was the conclusion, because I picked something that was so abstract. It was like looking at like joint angles and shit. And it's like, there was no conclusion to draw because I wasn't trying to prove anything. All I was doing is, here are joint angles. This is what I found, further research or whatever, which then also counted as my graduation requirement. So one project, if you do it correctly, can account for 3 classes, 9 credits, and your graduation requirement, instead of doing all of the tests and the drugs and the
it's a lot of steps.
It's not a lot of steps.
I don't mind drugs. And the test was easy.
Yeah, but it was a wait. Like, so what I'm saying is, whatever so you did.
I also wasn't a strength and conditioning concentration.
So I don't know if research would have been available to you, but you would have had to do something a little different.
Yeah, I wasn't doing a research project.
Yeah. Well, luckily, I saved myself the trouble of having to fucking take the test, because I already did the work. So like to meet my graduation requirement, I didn't have to do anything, like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I barely did anything in grad school either anyway. I still say to this day, the best class that I took out of undergrad or grad school was an endocrinology class that was taught out of the biology department in my grad program. Like, I learned way more out of that class than anything I took out of the exercise science program. So fuck school. It's dumb.
Thankfully, only one.
But hey, yeah, don't worry. I'm sure the next year and a half will be fun for you.
Totally. I totally won't develop a alcohol addiction.
Yeah. Well, just think about it this way. Like, you know, the amount of time that you're spending with us tonight, in like 3 years, you could be making like $750.
Yeah, I could be billing you guys for this.
Yeah.
For when you guys get big enough that you undoubtedly get sued.
Yeah. And we got to keep a retainer. Someone's got to be a lawyer.
Exactly.
What we should try. What we should do? We should get out ahead of it. We should just start suing people frivolously.
Yeah. Can we sue each other? Can you sue yourself?
I don't know. We should just start suing people randomly for defamation.
Oh, you know what? No, I see. Hey, you're
libel.
You're the legal.
Libel?
Yeah. you're the legal consult here.
Yeah.
But what if? Because let's clarify this for me. So I know double jeopardy is a thing.
It is.
But is double jeopardy only a thing for felonies or
So
here, let me play this out. Let me play the scenario out for you. I get Bob to sue me for I don't know, libel.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't hold up in court. So I am found innocent, or I guess technically not guilty. Am I now free from libel?
Oh,
I mean, not forever. I am not saying not forever, but
for that specific case. Yes.
Yeah. So what we have to do is we just need to go back and forth and sue each other.
So if I libel you, today on June 20th, then you would have to argue that I libeled you on June 20th. And then if that gets thrown out, then if I libel you tomorrow, that would have to be a new case. I'm pretty sure libel is also a verb now.
Yeah, libel is in print. What's the other one?
Slander.
Slander is spoken word, and libel is printed word. Yeah.
Right. But as far as your question, it's for any kind of issue that's arising from a certain fact pattern, like say this podcast, and Bob tries to sue you, he only has one bite of the apple for every legal issue he has against you for this one particular thing. And if that case gets thrown out, oh, well, too fucking bad.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way to skirt around some problems of being sued when we become super famous. I don't know what
my job.
Yeah. I don't know what super famous people get sued for.
Everything.
Yeah. I mean, defamation. Can you sue someone for defamation if it's not you? Say I said, I don't know, Biden's a fucking moron. Can Bob sue me for defamation on someone else, on what I said about someone else?
I doubt it.
Okay. All right. Because I was going to say we could totally do that too and just get it thrown out.
Well, I think defamation really only you can really only be sued for defamation if it's based on fake news, basically.
Yeah. You also have to be important enough, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I can say pretty much whatever. There's a few words I can't say, or there's one word in particular that I can't say.
Okay.
And there's a few phrases that I definitely can't say, but I can pretty much say anything and not really have to worry because I'm not nearly famous enough and I'm not important enough.
No.
There's literally 60 people that listen and watch to this show. So I don't know. I will say though, we've gone up pretty steadily in the last 6 months. In this year, 2021, we've touched the 60s a lot recently.
You got almost gone to triple digits for a second. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, we had one of our episodes. Might have been Jimmy from Tampa.
Jimmy from Tampa was a hot one.
I think the Jimmy from Tampa episode is our most downloaded episode ever. I think it got 116 downloads or something like that. Yeah.
Dude. speaking of Jimmy from Tampa, I do have another update on one of our Hall of Famers.
All right.
Todd did play at Braintree on Saturday, so
he's not kicked off the tour.
He's not kicked off the tour yet. Kick him off the tour, Doug. So Todd could be around again. I don't know. I'm not playing with them tomorrow, but we'll see.
Did we ever get any submissions?
I have no idea. I don't really know how to check that shit.
Because I didn't check.
I don't know, dude. So, like, obviously I'm retarded, but I'm also retarded specifically to Instagram stories. I don't really know how to, like, negotiate them.
Yeah.
I think you got to add your Hurricane kid, Bob. The kid who, like, fights through.
Hurricane John.
You can't teach heart.
Yeah, I can't wait for the hot takes. So Hurricane John was telling me he's working overnights doing just labor in Boston.
I love that. Just like general labor.
Well, it's just bitch work. That's what he's doing, the bitch work.
Yeah.
So he was like telling me, and he goes like, there's this thing that was like running by us. He goes, it was a fucking rat. This thing was like, this thing was like the size of a fucking house cat. I'm like, yeah, dude. The city rat, like,
yeah,
it's borderline a pet.
Yeah, city rats are no joke. They eat good.
yeah.
There's a lot of fucking people that live in that city.
And there's a lot of fucking shit they can get into.
Yeah.
Especially if he's down there, Mass Ave, get a little bit of heroin mixed in with that.
Oh, yeah.
Meth rats?
Yeah, meth rats.
Like, how would you kill a meth rat? You can't, right?
I don't think you can. I think I would rather fight zombies.
Like, if you had to fight a meth rat, you can't just use a standard rat bashing stick, right? Like the Charlie Day rat basher with the bat with barbed wire. That doesn't work.
No, because they're going to be too fast.
Yeah.
Or they have so much strength, like they'll stand on their hind legs and fucking grab it. Like they'll just like hold it.
It's like oh shit. What was not Rattata? He was the shit. Raticate? Was that the big
the Pokemon?
The big Pokemon?
Yeah.
It was Rattata.
Raticate. Hold on.
What did Rattata turn? Jones is gonna listen to this fucking flipping out.
Yeah.
Rattata turned into
Raticate.
It was just right from Rattata to Eradicate? There was no in between?
I believe so. Cookies. Can we give you cookies? Yeah, sure. Whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. You're going to track me anyway. Yeah, from Rattata to Eradicate. Now, I don't know if like later on, once they did the more like the 150 plus, if they added like a third evolution. But yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't count after the 150.
Yeah, no.
That's all I picture is like, I just picture Hurricane John like breaking down drywall and fucking Eradicate like using quick attack on him.
Yeah, those things.
I think John's probably quick enough to get out of the way of Hyperfang. That would always miss. That was tough.
Yeah, that was a tough one. But if it hit, it was very effective.
Remember Tail Whip? Like the move tail. Like, what was the purpose of that?
That I was like, nothing to waste a move.
Enemy Rattata used Tail Whip. It's like
it missed.
Like, I mean, I'd be sitting there going, like, you're going against the Pokemon. It's like it uses fucking Tail Whip. Like, thank God, free move.
Yeah. Thanks, thanks for that. All right. Did you ever play? Did you ever play Pokemon? No. Oh man.
Yeah, like that was like one thing, like those card games I never got into. Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, none of those.
What about like the Game Boy? That was the big hit for me, was the Game Boy games.
Honestly, no, like I was never much of a video game guy. The only time I like consistently played video games was like when I had my first knee surgery and then kind of in college.
Yeah.
And then after that I was like, all right, I don't have time anymore.
Yeah, whatever. I want to go to law school. You missed out. You missed out on a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've heard that. Or I could have downloaded Pokemon Go and ended up walking off the side of a cliff.
I mean, that's really a win-win situation at that point, because either you're going to get a really cool Pokemon or you don't have to deal with bullshit anymore. So,
Valid point.
Yeah. So all those people that were like, "Oh, Pokemon Go, it's so dangerous," whatever. Like, I don't know, man. Have you played? You're either going to get something really cool or you're going to get hit by a bus, and then you have no more problems. So,
and let's be honest, if you're dumb enough to get hit by a bus playing Pokemon Go, you probably would have gotten hit by the bus no matter what.
yeah. It's like what we were talking about before this, like the whole like COVID thing.
Yeah.
Like there's no statistical difference in deaths of like between the year 2020 and any year prior. Like those people were going to die anyway. It's like that person that got hit by the bus playing Pokemon Go, he was probably going to die anyway. If he didn't,
not that, but of something.
Yeah, if he didn't die of the bus from Pokemon Go, he was going to die from like sticking a fork in the outlet just to see like what would happen. You know what I mean? Like one of those guys, like, oh, I don't think anything like really happens when you do this. Like, all right, why don't you do it and tell me then?
Just like he just turns into Harry from Home Alone 2, just like
yeah. All right, so we got some kind of interesting shit, I guess. Well, there's one really cool thing going down this week. I don't know if you guys have been following the whole Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson fucking thing back and forth. So this is like, talk about first world problems and like billionaire shit, like things that like the three of us will never be able to really understand. So Jeff Bezos
or something.
Yeah. So Jeff Bezos has this company called Blue Origin. It's a space company. He made it after Tesla, or after Elon Musk created SpaceX and all that shit. It's just a competitor to all that, whatever. And so Blue Origin is ready to put its first rocket into flight in space. And Jeff Bezos is going to be in the rocket. So he is going to be the first civilian that goes into space and then returns. So he announced this like maybe a month or two ago. And then like, no bullshit, like 2 days after the announcement. So say like it happens this week. So let's just say it's Wednesday. Wednesday is what? The 23rd. So let's say 2 months ago, Jeff Bezos announces, yeah, I'm going to take a flight with Blue Origin and I am going into space. I'm going to be the first civilian, whatever. Like 2 days after that announcement, Richard Branson comes out and goes, yeah, well, I'm going to be taking Virgin Galactic into space, and I'm going to be the first civilian in space on June 21st or like June 22nd, like literally like the day before. So now they're just like, they've been like fucking with each other. And this is what I mean. Like, talk about like just dumb shit, like just billionaire shit, like billionaire bullshit.
Yeah, it's a rich guy fight.
Yeah. It's like, you guys are fighting over who's going to be the first civilian into space. Like,
they literally created a second space race. This is fucking Cold War shit.
Yeah.
But just because they're fucking billionaires.
Yeah.
The take on I think it might have been on Drinking Bros where they were saying how like Elon like said like was kind of the quote unquote first to bring it up, but he dropped the like lit the match so that those guys are the first one. So he's the first one and then explodes mid
well
trip.
That's the whole thing. And like they've been talking about it on Drinking Bros, so that's how I know about it a little bit too. But it's like some of these rockets have blown up. Like like Blue Origin, SpaceX, like Virgin Galactic, like some of them have like exploded. Like the failure rate is like, I would say probably higher than 10%. So like Jeff Bezos is getting on a fucking rocket to go into space. And there's probably at least a 10% chance that like that fucking thing blows up and he dies. And now everyone's like, or are they going to live stream it? Because people are like, I don't know. I mean, I would watch that. And then someone goes, I think Ross was like, are they going to put it on Amazon Prime?
Oh my God.
Amazon Prime streaming. Like, but I mean, I don't know. I would be interested to watch it. Because it's one of those like
historic events. Is like, oh,
that. And also it's kind of like watching NASCAR. Like a lot of people watch NASCAR for the crashes. Like, I don't know. I'm watching the richest man in the world go up in a rocket, and there's a solid chance that he doesn't make it. So, I don't know.
Yeah, imagine going to space like that. That is just something that I would not want to do. Like, ever.
Yeah. So the other thing too about it is like everyone says like space. Technically, what's happening, like he's not there. I don't think they're leaving Earth's atmosphere. Like I think, quote, like space start like the laser space starts maybe like 4 miles off of Earth's surface.
Seriously?
Yeah, like it's not that much.
4 miles, what's that, like 20,000 feet? Where's a plane fly at? 10?
Yeah, 10,000, I think.
So they're just gonna go twice as far as a plane?
Yeah, so they're gonna like break the fucking barrier into like space, but they're not like gonna like float away. You know what I mean? Like they're not like going to the fucking moon. Like they're still gonna be within, I believe, the atmosphere.
Then what's the point of that?
Because he's gonna be the first civilian.
That doesn't count. That's not fucking space.
It says about 100 kilometers.
Stars and shit.
So it's 100 kilometers. So what is that? Like roughly 100 miles.
I think like 50 miles. Isn't like a mile like 2 kilometers, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, if only there was a way.
5K is what?
A 5K is 3.2. So 100. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it from Google. Hold on, stand by.
Yeah, convert.
62. He's gonna be 62 miles roughly above the Earth's surface, which isn't that. It's not that high, you know. So, but technically, it's space.
That's 300,000 feet above. So if a plane is 10, at least this is 300.
Yeah. So the other thing too is, I think this is hilarious. This is from this article that I'm reading. It's more than 20,000 people have signed a petition to stop Bezos from re-entering Earth. They're like, fuck this guy. If he gets in this rocket and flies off, fuck him. He's got to stay up there.
Yeah, if he leaves, he ain't coming back.
Which also, like,
you definitely can't do that.
No.
Like, who's going to enforce that?
Right? Like Space Force?
The U.S. Supreme Court's going to be like, hey, Jeff, well, if you go, the people have said, you can't come back.
Just they're like, no, stay.
Yeah, because 20,000 people don't want him back. That's like Bridgewater State University. There's less, you know what I mean? Like
Jeff Bezos, like
UMass Amherst has 20,000
people.
Yeah. You know what's funny is they're probably all Amazon employees. But yeah, like that, and then it's like that doesn't make any sense, because even if it was like, oh well, you know, Jeff, you can't re-enter Earth, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna re-enter Earth over like Canada because it's their airspace. You know what I mean? Like that is like the dumbest thing ever. Like you can just re-enter Earth over someone else's airspace and it doesn't matter.
We're just gonna exile you from the entire planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't sit with us.
Yeah. Earth has decided you can't come back.
Yeah, the richest man in the world. You're too rich. You can't come back. Fuck off.
He then becomes a Bond villain.
Yes, that's how you make a Bond villain.
Yeah, that's the plot to Bond 32.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos gets voted off Earth and is hiding in a fucking volcano with the sharks with the freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads.
Yeah.
He's already bald, so he's halfway towards Dr. Evil anyway.
Yeah, just
seriously. Yeah.
You can fake a scar. That's easy.
Oh yeah, makeup. You get makeup, tattoos. Fuck it, you make that shit up. Yeah.
Being a mini me.
Yeah.
He's got enough money.
He definitely could.
By the way,
he just shaves Bill Gates's head and has him walk around.
Yeah, Louis Oosthuizen. I just saw that.
Yeah, he buried a ball into the fucking canyon on 17.
Yeesh.
So, Rahm's got a 2-shot lead, and Bryson looks like he's about to finish at 3 over for the tournament. When he at one point he got to 5 under today.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, he's 6 over today.
Yeah,
he had a quad. He made a quad on 17.
Yeah, he fucking bladed a ball, like skull fucked the thing.
Jesus.
Like Vinny hitting a fucking 9-iron.
Yeah. Oh man.
Do you think everybody's calling him Brooksy at like every hole now, or
they are?
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're crushing it now. It's like, well, one guy asked to like, or I think one guy yelled like about his calculator or something. Well, so they're gonna get rid of Green's books next year, so that just gives people another one. Oh, would have made that with your Greens book, huh?
Yeah. But are they allowing lasers in everything or just the PGA Championship?
They did just the PGA. I don't know if they announced anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wasn't such a fucking prick, he should just go learn aim point, and then he'll be able to actually read a green. He won't need the stupid book. But he won't go learn aim point because it's not his idea. Like, he has to do everything different.
Right.
He has to have the one length clubs and the one plane swing and these giant grips, and he's going to be the one that gets huge.
The arm lock putter.
And then he's going to be the big guy that knocks the ball around. Like, it's got to be him and his idea, whatever. He'll come up with fucking aim schmoint and it'll be his thing.
Yeah.
That's why I use like math and I calibrate it with my eyes because my eyes are so superior. And dude, that's just aim point. That's literally all it is.
Yeah, no. It's schmame point.
Yeah, it's the sham point.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So, in other news, this is actually pretty funny. Local news here. There was a lobster diver off the coast of Provincetown that claimed he was swallowed by a humpback whale.
So he just ripped that off from the Bible.
And Pinocchio, right?
Yeah,
like pick whatever. And Moby Dick isn't that the whole thing?
No, Moby Dick was just a one-legged guy that wanted to kill a white whale.
Oh,
how did Ron Swanson describe it? He goes, it's just about a guy who hates a fish or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I thought he got swallowed.
Pinocchio did.
Yeah.
Pinocchio did, and Jonah did.
Yeah.
Jonah got swallowed by the whale. Both got spat out like this fisherman.
Yeah.
Finding Nemo? Did they travel?
They might. I haven't seen Finding Nemo in at least 10 years.
They might have gotten swallowed by a whale in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Sounds vaguely familiar that they got like spit out the blowhole.
Yeah. I assume it happened in SpongeBob. Whatever.
Yeah. So this guy, I don't know. Michael Packard was fishing for lobster. He was diving, and
you have a license?
Yeah. No, that's literally the first line in the sentence is licensed commercial lobster diver. All right. I'm glad we cleared that. I'm glad we cleared that up right in the
That's a
beginning of
big
everything.
thing. Like if you're gonna lobster, I don't know. I guess if you're gonna can you fish for lobster, because is lobster
lobster's
not a fish?
No. Do you dive? I think you dive. You dive for lobster.
Or you steal everybody else's traps.
Yeah.
You trap lobster.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think you go clamming, cohogging, lobstering.
Clam digging.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like big thing though, like the license for that shit now.
Yeah, so this guy is 56 years old, Provincetown, Massachusetts, claims that he gets swallowed by the whale. And his quote from this, like he was on Jimmy Kimmel and all this other bullshit. Like he goes, "I want to apologize to the whale." Like,
out of here.
What are we doing now? Like, what is going on? Like, clearly, can we all agree that he didn't get swallowed by a whale? This is totally made up. People don't get eaten by whales. People have existed for, I don't know, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of years. We've had written record of humanity for at least like 6,000 years.
Unless you're actively trying to get swallowed by a whale, I don't see how it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, also, like, whales don't have teeth. They have like baleen.
Yeah.
Which is like this, like, I don't know, string. It's like fucking piano string kind of shit in their mouth that like filters out big things.
Like humans?
Like humans or like fish. Because whales don't eat fish. They eat krill. Like they eat massive fucking things and they eat these tiny ass little things. Go figure, right? Doesn't make any sense to me either.
They just open their mouth and let it filter in like a lineman at a buffet.
Yeah. But it's like,
speaking from a lineman perspective,
it's like, buddy, you didn't get swallowed by a whale. And if you did, the first thing out of your mouth wouldn't be, "I want to apologize to the whale."
I'm just trying to like picture, like, so he was lobster diving, and I know nothing about lobster diving, but as far as I know, whales are like out in the ocean a little bit more than a lobster, wouldn't they be?
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone would keep their lobster traps at a point where you would have to dive all the way down to where a whale would be. I've seen people like trapping lobsters. Usually it's like off of a dock.
Yeah.
Or you take like a fucking dinghy to get there.
Yeah. So, it's a hop, skip, and a jump off the shore, like, are we going like 10,000 leagues under the sea to get our lobster now? Like, what the fuck is this?
And whales are pretty damn big. How do you not see a whale?
Yeah.
Like, it just sort of popped up on me and swallowed me.
Yeah.
Come on, bud. I'm finding a couple holes in your story there.
The best part about this is this guy said these words and actually potentially believes them to be true. Yep.
So he goes, here are his quotes. He goes, "All of a sudden," which bad grammar. All of a sudden, I felt this huge shove. And the next thing I knew, it was completely black. Okay. Continuing on. I could sense that I was moving and I could feel the whale squeezing with the muscles in his mouth. So now the whale's chewing on you.
What is this, a sperm whale?
It is a sperm whale. No, it was a humpback whale. Sorry.
No, well, since sperm whales are the only ones that like actually eat things.
Yeah. So the next thing is it's in like a bracket. It says, "Has a man ever been swallowed by a whale before?" And it says the one time on record, 150 years ago, a sperm whale swallowed a man from Cape Cod. off the coast of the Cape Verde Islands in Africa. So what in what is it? That would be that would be what 1850.
Well, I think that
I don't know what someone for
the basis of Moby Dick.
Oh, was it?
Like pretty sure because they were actually hunting sperm whale and sperm whale are dangerous bastards. They eat giant squid.
Yeah. All right. Well, because in 1850, like I said, I don't know what a guy from Cape Cod is doing over in Africa, but
whaling.
Dude, just one wrong turn.
Yeah.
Another thing that they could be doing, but
yeah. No, so this is great. So the article continues. Initially, Packard thought he was inside of a great white shark. Let me tell you, friend.
Jesus Christ.
If you were inside of a great white shark, you would not
know it because you'd be dead because they would have fucking mauled you to death first.
Yeah. Or you would not be like, oh, I think I'm in a shark. No.
Oh,
that fucking thing is going to rip you apart.
Yeah, you would have been bitten in half first.
Yeah. It quickly dawned on him that he had been swallowed by a whale. I was completely inside. It was completely black. I thought to myself, there's no way I'm getting out of here. I'm done. I'm dead. All I could think of was my boys. Outfitted with scuba gear, he struggled and the whale began shaking its head so that Packard could tell he didn't like it. He estimated he was inside the whale for 30 to 40 seconds before the whale finally surfaced. I saw the light. He started throwing his head side to side, which whales also don't have heads. It's just one big body. And the next thing I knew, I was outside.
So not only did this whale eat this guy, they ate this guy with all of his scuba gear on and didn't damage any of the scuba gear.
Yeah. I don't know.
When a story is almost too ridiculous to be true, it probably is.
Well, this is great because now they brought in this is all in the Cape Cod Times.
Yeah.
So now they in this article they have Jukey, Jooke, Juke Robbins, who is, wait for this. If anyone that's out there that's like, I don't know if there's a job for me. Oh, there is, because Juke Robbins is the director of humpback whale studies at the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown. So, the old adage that there's someone out there for everyone, there's a job out there for everyone too. What do you do? Oh, I'm the director of humpback whale studies. The fuck?
It's a department of just me.
Yeah.
Who where does that guy's paycheck, what bank account does that get debited from? Because I don't care who pays. I want to know where the money comes from for that guy to get paid.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
So you think it's like that? Oh no, I'm honest to God, I want to know. Is like the Cape Cod National Seashore, like you think?
Well, it's the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown. So it's like a legit organization.
I imagine that money comes from grants and probably different
yeah, it's probably a non-profit
government funding.
Yeah. So it's from us, our taxes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So I pay that guy. That guy works for me.
Yeah.
So you hear crazy stuff. Listen, Rand Paul spewing on about the crazy stuff that this, I think it was the CDC or the NIH or whatever tests.
Oh yeah.
Spends millions of dollars testing.
Yeah. So this guy Juke comes out and they interview him for this article, and he goes, based on what was described, this would have to be a major mistake and an accident on the part of the humpback. You don't fucking say, huh? He goes on to say, humpbacks are not aggressive animals, particularly towards humans. So I think it's safe to say this guy is full of shit.
I'd say so.
Like if some guy Juke just broke it down.
Yeah.
Like the guy's full of shit. All you have to do is tell me the headline and I'll fucking tell you it's full of shit.
My God. What a fucking world.
John Rahm just won.
Yeah. I mean, no surprise there.
Well, dude, favorites never win. How did he win?
There's just no value there.
I don't get it. Favorites don't win.
Yeah. I saw someone. Oh, it was Chicken Dinner was talking about they've been betting on like Trae Young and the Hawks so far in this series. And I think the points, I mean, obviously I do understand gambling, but I'm not a professional gambler. And like the line changed by like a point or something. Like I think like normally the past couple games, it's been around like 28 points for Trae Young. And today it was like 30. And he was like, yeah, no, don't bet this. There's no value there. It's like, I mean, it's one shot. Like if you think he's going to go over 28, he's probably going to go over 30. But like, I mean, fuck me, right?
Yeah, I think, well, so it's hard because like some of the point props, like so I saw that it went from 27.5 to 30.5. So 3 points, which there's obviously a reason why the line started at 27.5. And you got to kind of know the market. Like, what are people doing? Are they hammering it or are they not? Whatever. So that's why people get whatever. But the closing line value bullshit, that's something else. It's like the total on the game went from 223 to 224. There's no value anymore in this game. It's like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, guys, it's 1 point.
So you took the over, handicapping that they were going to score exactly 224, and now there's no value because it's going to push.
Yeah.
Fuck do you mean?
Yeah, those guys are fucking. I don't get it when they pull shit like that.
Makes no fucking sense. But Louis Oosthuizen in top 20. My only top 20 bet to actually hit.
All right, I got to check and see. I did really bad on my my props. I had Webb Simpson top 10 that he missed the cut. I had Scotty Scheffler and Patrick Cantlay were top 10. I think Scheffler hit, right?
Scheffler, yep, he did. Cantlay did not.
Cantlay did not. I had Tony Finau top 10. He missed the cut. And I had Schauffele top 5.
Nope.
That also did not hit. So I hit one.
Guido Migliozzi finished top 5.
All right. Guido. Let's go.
Like that guy is obviously from Hanover Street. Like,
yeah.
Hanover Street?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm showing my Italian fucking, I don't even know, my bad Italianism. It's Hanover Street that runs through the middle of North End, right?
Yeah. All right. Either you guys have anything burning desire that you want to bring up before we wrap things up?
I saw the list. So I saw on the list you wrote neck and face tattoos. I want to see where you want to go with that.
Well, that's going to be my final thought.
God damn it.
So you blew it there.
Whatever. Fuck you.
Anyone else have anything? No, nothing. All right.
We can go to
we can shift into final thoughts here then.
I guess you can start.
So I will go because the cat is out of the bag here. So I'm whoa. Do you have motion lights?
No, somebody just turned the light off in my basement.
Oh.
Because of course nobody pays attention to what's going on in life.
That's awesome. You're like, start waving your arms, motion lights. So my final thought has to do with my experience yesterday. So yesterday I went up to hang out with my mom, and my aunt and uncle were there, and one of their friends was there. And where my mom lives now is in this big like development. It's called the Tuscan Village in Salem, New Hampshire. I don't know if either of you are familiar with it, but it's like one of those, like, that's how all this shit is being built now. It's like a live, dine, shop everything in one. Like it's like a community. So my mom's in an apartment. There's a bunch of apartment buildings. There's a Market Basket. There's a fucking LL Bean. There's a fucking mall. The Rockingham Mall is right there. There's all kinds of restaurants and shit. Like everything is in this one. It's all owned by the same person. So we went to like this little like outdoor bar restaurant thing yesterday, and we're sitting there, and I go up to get drinks, and there's a line. There's one bar outside, and I'm like, whatever. Like it's New Hampshire. Like it's not fucking Boston. It's not like I'm in the Back Bay. Like I got to wait like a fucking hour to get a drink. Well, nope. I had to wait about 40 minutes to get a drink. The line was so fucking long. And it was like a fancy place. So what had happened was there's this new shift. Now, granted, I've been out of the game for a little while. I don't really go to bars anymore. Well, no one could go to bars for the last year and a half. But even before that, I stopped really going to bars. Like I stopped that whole bullshit, like clubs, like fuck all that. I hate people. It's too much. There's too much going on. I'd rather, sit at a dive bar, drink some beers, and watch whatever sports game is on, where you can hear the person next to you and have a real conversation. But there's been a shift towards this like trendy fucking drink bullshit stuff to where like people aren't like bartenders anymore. They like to be called mixologists. So as I'm in line for I'm not kidding. I'm in line for a half hour to get drinks, just to get a fucking dark and stormy. And I notice as I get closer that the bartenders are like doing all kinds of like crazy shit and like making like everything look perfect. Like they're going to take a fucking Instagram picture of every drink that they make. And I'm like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Put the booze in the cup with the ice and then put whatever else they want in it and then hand it to them. Like the reason why it was because the line wasn't super long. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is this so slow? And it's because they were taking so fucking long. They were doing this whole like mixology bullshit. And I'm like, fuck off. I don't want a mixologist. Give me a bartender. Give me the guy that's going to like, or the girl that's going to like talk shit and be like, oh, another fucking drink, you loser. Like, yeah, fuck you. Give me another one. Here's your tip. You know what I mean? Like that's, like fuck off. So obviously I'm in line for a half hour to get a drink. So I start looking around. So that I'm already mad. So I'm mad. Fuck your mixologist. This is a 2-part final thought. First part, fuck your mixologist. Second part, so now I'm looking around. I'm people watching. And I happen to notice like pretty close to like 50% of the people around me that were there. And like I know, so anyone that like is from this area that listens is going to be like, oh, I get it. But so I know I was in New Hampshire. I know I was in New Hampshire, but still, it seemed a little bit much. Pretty close to half of the people that were around me that were like under the age of like 35 all had neck and face tattoos. And I was like, what the fuck is this about? And like, they were all different. And it wasn't like one group of people that were covered in like, because there's people, and that's cool. Like that, tattoos are like, the tattoo world is like a cultural world. You know what I mean? Like you see the people that like their whole necks are covered. They have their face, like they got full sleeves on both arms. Like they take a shirt off and like their chest and back is completely covered. That's cool, man. Like go for it. Like I got no problems with that at all. I have no problems with any tattoos, really. I don't really give a shit. But it's just an observation that like there's a group of people of like 4 people standing, and like 2 of them have neck tattoos. And then I look over in another group and there's like 7 or 8 people. And then like 3 people out of there, or like 2 people have full necks covered in tattoos, and 1 person has a face tattoo, like something like over here. And then I'm looking around. I counted 5 people with face tattoos, some sort of face tattoo. And then there were 7 people that had neck tattoos. And I'm like, when did this become like part of like pop culture? And like, again, I know I was in New Hampshire, but like, what is this? What, like, I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe this is me being like old man yelling at a cloud, but like, what is the point of getting face tattoos outside of like, you want to be like Post Malone?
You certainly can't be like a lawyer or something with that. I just get a face tattoo, walk in a court, like, Your Honor. Oh, you're the defendant?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm the prosecutor, Your Honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. You can get out of my courtroom. But like 12 people, there were 12 people that had neck and face tattoos that were like relatively our age, you know, because there was a lot of older people like in their 50s, 60s, you know, and then there was obviously like children, but like 12 people is a lot, I thought, of like the group of the amount of people that were there that were relatively like our age, like under 35, under 40, 35.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking as to why there were so many is because people with face and neck tattoos tend to travel in packs, like they hang out with each other. So
yeah, but that's what I like. It wasn't the same group. Like that's what I said. Like at first, like normally, like sometimes that's what you see, and like it's one group of people that everyone's covered. But it was like 2 people over there, 3 people like on the other side of the fucking outdoor space. There was like 2 people in the line in front of me. You know what I mean? Like, but they weren't part of the same group. Like they were all just like scattered. Which
I'll rephrase. Those types of people end up in the same types of places. So they don't necessarily, it's like, I guess, travel in pack. They're attracted to the same places for some unidentifiable reason.
Yeah, maybe it's just a young thing, like it's a younger generation thing. Because also, like, none of them looked super old. Like they were probably, I don't know. Apparently, I'm not that great at fucking judging like age of people, but like I honestly don't think any of them were over 30. And if they were like early 30s. So like I don't know if maybe it's just a young thing, like this. But we are that age, like we are that generation, and like I don't know. I don't think I know one person with a face tattoo.
No,
and I know a lot of people.
Thing I don't get. And
I know people that are like covered in tattoos.
Yeah, I don't get the face thing. I mean, the neck tattoos have been done before, so I think you're starting to see a little bit more of like the full neck piece and not just like the famous tattoo on one side, like that's it.
Yeah.
But I think so. I have a couple things. One, anyone who gets a face tattoo is a fucking asshole.
Yes.
Because there is no face tattoo you can get that looks okay. It's not possible. It doesn't exist.
No. Unless you're Mike Tyson.
Even that looks retarded.
Yeah.
Well, it looks less retarded when he can punch you to death.
Right. So let's do this. Now, Mike Tyson's face tattoo is retarded.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson could also probably kill me with one punch. Both of these things can exist at the same time.
Yes. True.
Because that's what like you try to shit on someone like that, and it's like, oh, he could knock you out. Yes, he could. He could actually probably knock me out by missing with his left hand. Like,
yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But his face tattoo sucks. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Those things they are not mutually exclusive.
Now, how old was he when he got it? Was he probably around like 24?
He's probably in his 30s.
Was it that late?
Well, it was
Well, What is he now? Is he 56 now?
Yeah, he had it. He had it in The Hangover. In The Hangover,
2010.
Yeah, I think he got it. I think he got it like early 2000s, like somewhere around.
He's still fighting when he had it when he was still fighting.
Yeah, I mean, technically, he still fights now.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just the face tattoo thing I don't get. But
it's whatever. Like I have tattoos. Like we all three of us have tattoos. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I don't. But
like I don't knock tattoos. I just don't understand. I don't understand the trend. Like I guess I've never seen the frequency of that before in one spot.
Well, you might have hit some kind of crazy vortex.
And maybe it's because I haven't been out. Maybe that's like if I had been out in Boston, I would have seen more of it, you know?
I don't know, dude. I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a face tattoo in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 face tattoos.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've seen one person in real life that had a face tattoo, but it was in a courtroom. So I don't know if that counts as real life.
Yeah.
I mean, neck is different because neck can be a full piece of a bodysuit, or it can be just one on one side.
Right.
Or if you have one arm, it can go all the way into it, whatever.
Yeah.
I personally feel like anyone that gets any neck tattoo can't get it without it looking trashy. The only way for it to not look trashy is for it to literally roll into a bodysuit.
Yeah.
That's the only way I've seen it.
Yeah, if it's part of everything, then you're good. But if you have a bare chest and a bare back, but you have a neck tattoo, it's like
Or even if you have like a sleeve, but then nothing and then a neck, like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's like a thing now. Like you get like social media makes this fucking all fucked up because people can be tattoo models. And if you're going to be a tattoo model, no one gives a shit that you have like one sleeve.
Yeah.
Like you're like that's not a tattoo model. That's just a person with a sleeve.
Right.
So you almost have to go up and beyond, but it's like, well, I don't know. I've never understood it. I've never understood any of it. Like back before was like before the face thing. And it was just necks. It's like I don't know. I never saw a neck tattoo that looked good.
Yeah. It's also like a weird area because again, here we go, like yelling at a cloud. The old adage is everyone, you know, people said to me when I got tattoos, well, aren't you worried about what it's going to look like when you get old? To which I say, go fuck yourself. But like the neck is the area probably outside of like the eyes. Like the neck and the eyes are the two areas that age the most, like on anybody. Outside of like hair turning white. Like there's 3 things that like make you look old. You got like an old looking neck. Like you know what I'm saying? Like someone's got like that, like you're old, your neck is old. Like, and then you get like, you know, the wrinkles around your eyes and shit. And then you get like, I already fucking have them, like the dark circles under your eyes all the time. And then you get gray hair. Like those are the 3 telltale signs of being old. So it's like you get the neck tattoo, like that is one spot that eventually that skin is going to get flabby and old. And then that probably isn't going to look good. That is like the one area that like I will let the argument fly of like, whoa, well, what about when you get old? It's like, well, anywhere except for the neck probably isn't going to change that much. You know, like imagine if someone has like a badass like wolf on their neck when they're like 27 and like it might be phenomenal. It might look awesome and it might roll whatever. And then when they're like 72 years old and you got the 72-year-old skin that's fucking hanging from your neck, wolf ain't gonna, that thing's gonna look like a fucking, I don't know, like a chupacabra.
Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor when he's like 80, that it'll just...
Yeah, it's gonna look like cracked out like Wile E. Coyote. I don't know. So that's my final thought. I was just it was just a people watching epiphany that I had yesterday. So, Mike, would you like to go next? You're the guest. Do you have a final thought?
So since it's coming out on Friday, how the hell, and this is coming from a fan of the movie franchise, how are we on a 9th Fast and Furious movie?
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Like, it went from literally a Point Break with race cars to kind of like low-rent Mission Impossible movies.
Yeah. Yeah. The Fast and the Furious, I'm sorry, Bill, if you're listening to this episode. I know you love those movies. They're not that good. The first few, actually, I'll give it to you. The first few are fine. But once you get to like, I don't even know, because I stopped watching. I was going to say 5. I think it's 5. I think 5 was the last like decent one. And then everything after that's just dog shit. Like when, like I've watched most of them under extreme protest. But whichever one it is with The Rock, I know he's in a couple of them now, and he's got his own fucking spin-off too. But like they're like they're chasing a fucking submarine, like driving cars on ice.
That was the recent one.
Yeah, and they're driving their cars on like a sheet of ice, and the submarine pops up, and The Rock has to like grab the side of the submarine, and he's like hanging on to a submarine, like from a car. I'm like, what? What's happening?
The amount of like disbelief you have to like
suspend
at the door. Like, like it's like when you go into a Marvel movie or any superhero movie, these guys, like superheroes, it's all fiction.
Right.
Like,
right.
These are supposed to be regular people.
Yeah.
Like, they're thieves and street racers, yet they're now special forces, black ops, like...
Yeah, and I think that's where they lost me, is because the first 4 movies were like real. You know what I mean? Like they're just about like cars and like racing, and like, there's a little bit of relationship shit in there, and there's some like action and like whatever, like I don't know what it's called. It's not gangster, but it's like crime. Hey, I couldn't think of the word crime. Fucking idiot. But it's like got a little bit of that, and it's it's real, and then all of a sudden, like, it's like they're jumping on submarines and fucking blowing up like spaceships and stuff, and it's like, what are we doing, guys? Like, why are we continuing to do this? But I mean, I know why. It's because of China, but
money talks.
Yeah. So I heard. So, it comes out this Friday. You said. So it already released last week in different parts of the world. It opens in the US this coming Friday. So I heard this the other day that worldwide so far, I think it's made $150 million, and it's made 130 million of that from China. So, I mean, I don't know what the budget of the movie is, but it's probably paid for already just from the sales in China. But it would be interesting to see what the numbers are in the US, because I bet you the US maybe does half of that. Like that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, the way that's helping it out, though, is people may want to actually go because it is popular, regardless of if it's good, and no one's been able to do shit.
Yeah.
So this seems like one of the first major releases into theaters since most theaters have been open, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, this would be the kind of the first like blockbuster in the past almost 2 years.
Yeah, because they pushed something was supposed to come out and they pushed it.
Well, Marvel pushed everything.
Oh no,
they pushed Black Widow onto Disney Plus.
John Wick and Matrix. John Wick 4 and the Matrix 4 were supposed to come out in May of this year, and COVID fucked that up. So now that's all got pushed back. I think James Bond got pushed back. James Bond was supposed to come out in April, and they pushed it back.
James Bond was probably supposed to come out in 2019. This is
they pushed it back to November. There's all kinds of fucking fucked up shit. I'm trying to find out like opening weekend numbers for like, I don't know, some random Marvel movie. What about, let's look at Black Panther. That's not some random Marvel movie. But so the opening weekend for Black Panther made $292 million just in North America. So, all right. Mike, you got to go?
I got to
run.
All
no worries.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Hey, anytime.
Good job. See you guys later.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, Bob, you got a final thought?
Yeah. What do you prefer? Or I guess what is superior? Let's ask that, not preference. What is superior? Morning Chinese food or morning pizza?
Oh. I'm gonna go morning pizza. That's too bad. Mike just had to go. I feel like he would enjoy that one.
No, we rambled on too long about other bullshit.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with pizza because Chinese food, depending on what it is, might not be that great the next day, but pizza is always going to be great the next day.
And it's like, so the one singular thing that's probably the best the next day is crab rangoons. So it's like, if we're picking one thing, crab rangoons next day are probably better than all pizza.
Yeah.
But not all Chinese food is better than all pizza.
Correct. Yeah. I would agree with that statement. That is both logical and sound.
I think that's where I lean because I mean, I like both next day.
Yeah.
And it's like, no matter what, if they're both left over, I'm eating them as early as possible. Like I just can't wake up.
Oh yeah.
Know if it's left over either and let it sit there. Like I have to eat it.
Yep. Be like, how much pizza's left? Yeah, not anymore.
It's like Crazy Dave the bartender who cannot go to bed knowing that there's leftover Chinese in the house. Like you wake up and start eating. Like when I wake up in the morning, if it's there, it's like I have to eat it. Like I can't just let it sit there. You can't do that.
Right. It's got to go.
Yeah, it's got to. But I think if we're talking groups, I think pizza next day pizza reigns supreme over Chinese.
Sometimes pizza is a weird thing where like sometimes next day pizza is better than the day of pizza, depending on where you get it from. I'm thinking like Domino's, like one of those types of places where like sometimes you get it and you're like, but the next day it's fucking great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I want to be clear. I've heard some people say this before, but like, I would never say next day food is better than present food.
Right.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it does hit differently in the morning.
It does.
Or next day.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
yeah, I would agree though.
I think the official Sarcasm Speaks statement on that is next day pizza is better than next day Chinese, but some Chinese appetizers next day might be better, like crab rangoon.
Yes. Yep.
I'd maybe argue scallion pancakes. I kind of like those next day.
Yeah.
But like chicken fingers aren't great next day. They're really not.
No, they get soggy.
Rice is okay. It's kind of dry.
I mean, yeah, rice is always just going to be rice.
Yeah. But, well, I was thinking fried rice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, next day white rice. Sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
So I think we solved that. We put the fucking stamp of approval on there.
Yep. Nailed that one.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for us. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment below. If you're on Apple, if you're listening, first of all, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple, go over to the iTunes store after you subscribe. Give us 5 stars and write a review. Doesn't matter what you write in the review. I don't care. I might read it. Probably not going to read it. But as long as there's a review there, that's all that counts. Because we get engagement and then we actually show up on the charts. We were charted. Where were we recently? I get these like random emails. I think at one point we were ranked, what was it, like 56th in like the Dominican Republic or something?
I have no idea.
We like rank in like random places. I think we were like the 116th ranked comedy podcast in India at one point. I don't know. We hit the charts in random places at random times. I don't know. But I would love to get fucking charted. Well, first of all, I guess baby steps here. I would like to get consistently 100 downloads first. So we're 40 away from that. But yeah, so we get there by you telling everyone you know about the show. If you enjoy it and you got friends that are just like you, first of all, may God have mercy on all of our souls. Because I don't know why you listen to the show and I don't know why you have friends or why your friends are friends with you if you listen to the show. But either way, tell them about it and maybe we'll get famous. Who knows? Maybe someday. Probably not, though, but it could be. We don't know. Where do we go from here? We're on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. If you're going to make any bets, if you're doing any of that bullshit, you want to lose some money, you want to go over to make a deposit and make a donation. That's what we say all the time. You want to go make a donation to Antigua. You're going to go to mybookie.com and you're going to use our promo code Sarcasm Pod when you sign up, and they will match your initial deposit for 50% up to $1,000. So you're going to want to head over there and do that. Then you can follow us on Twitter at sarcasm_speaks. And then you can also potentially find us on Facebook at Sarcasm Speaks. So that is it for us. So until next time, good night.